line of strong storms ripped through the area overnight. A look at what it left behind this morning.
And as we look ahead, we're tracking some additional storm activity that'll be moving in tonight. And we will have a watch that goes into effect later on. We'll have the full forecast.
A historic day for advocates of same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court issued its ruling today in 2 landmark cases. NFL player Aaron Hernandez taken away in handcuffs at his home in Massachusetts. He's been at the center of a homicide investigation.
You're watching KDKA TV News at noon in high definition.
Today, the United States Supreme Court, in 2 important decisions, brings us that much closer to true equality.
Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. today. In a major victory for gay rights, the Supreme Court struck down a provision of a federal law that denied federal benefits to married gay couples. The Supreme Court also cleared the way for the resumption of same-sex marriage in California. Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill. It's a victory for advocates of same-sex marriage. The justices issued the rulings in their final session of the term. Here in Pittsburgh, celebrations were in full swing on Liberty Avenue. The street was closed to traffic for a rally in support of gay marriage. Harold Hayes is live downtown with reaction to the ruling. Harold, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Traffic returning back to normal after that rally that shut down Liberty Avenue between 9th and 10th. And the people who advocate for gay rights were glad that they were here. There were loud cheers as the first ruling on the Defense of Marriage Act was announced as it pertains to the ability of gay and lesbian couples to secure federal benefits like other married couples, and a cheer as well when California's ban on gay marriage was struck down. Among those who were celebrating, Diane and Heidi Anderson of McKeesport, who danced after they heard the ruling. They've been waiting to hear this news for a long time.
Rejoice. Oh my goodness, because we got married last year for Pride in New York. So we were legally married in New York June 22nd, and we were married at MCC Pittsburgh in October 7th, 2006, but that wasn't recognized. So now we get to actually federally say we're married under the law.
And obviously the benefits issue is a significant issue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you get older, you worry about that. You know, you worry about, Social Security and everything.
Now, House Bill 300 in Pennsylvania addresses how gay couples are treated under the law, and that's the next legal battle in Pennsylvania. From downtown, Harold Hayes, KDKA TV News.
Okay, Harold, thank you. A round of powerful storms pummeled our area overnight. Lightning, thunder, and nonstop rain showers made for numerous reports of limbs and power lines down all across the region. We've seen a few peaks of sunshine here and there today, but the threat of more severe weather is still on the way. I'm here with meteorologist Dennis Bowman, and kind of give us an idea of what we can expect, Dennis.
Yeah, well, it looks like it could be page 2
really?
Of what we had last night. Those persistent thunderstorms that ran from midnight until 6 a.m. uninterrupted, basically giving us 2.19 inches of storm total rain here in Pittsburgh. Well, let's take a look at Viper weather radar here. That's the tune we're going to play here today, and you can see a complex of storms beginning to take shape, moving out of Indiana and into northwest Ohio, and some of the storm cells out ahead of that, what we call outflow boundaries, rain-cooled air moving downstream from the main complex of storms, setting up some little pop-up thunder showers. You can see those starting to happen out here in central Ohio near Columbus. So we'll look for some spotty activity as the afternoon rolls on, and then the powerful stuff gets in here late tonight. It looks like it could be the same thing all over again, where you have that noise going on in the middle of the night. Well, let's take a look at what's ahead here. Some more storms coming for you. As we say, spotty afternoon thunderstorms are possible, but the more widespread activity comes in late tonight, it may be like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning that we get rocking and rolling once again. Gusty winds, some some hail and some heavy rain would be the main issues there. National Weather Service indicating that a watch is going to go up. This will actually take effect at 6 o'clock this evening, and it will run until noon tomorrow. And shaded in green, you have all the counties, including Allegheny here, and counties just to the north and down to the south on over to Garrett County, Maryland. And that is for the potential of some flash flooding this time. We had a flood advisory this morning for streams and creeks gradually rising, but now with the rain-soaked ground, there is the potential to get into some flash flood events here over the next 24 hours. So a lot to keep an eye on. We'll have the full forecast for you coming up in just a bit. Kimberly?
Okay, Dennis, thank you. Well, as the rain came down, so did trees and power lines. This large tree came crashing down on Spring Garden Avenue on the north side. It brought down some wires with it, too. When neighbors heard a loud bang, they say they knew something was wrong.
All of a sudden, we heard a crack, and me and my boyfriend saw one of the trees, this first tree fall down, hit the wiring, and the wiring was hanging here on my house. And the next thing you know, the other tree decided to fall, and it's where it's located right now. The whole neighborhood just lit up white. They heard it clear down the end of the block, and the people in the back alley heard it, and they all came up because they knew where I lived, so they all came up here.
Nobody was hurt. Duquesne Light is working to restore the lines. Well, it quickly became a dangerous situation for 4 people trapped in their cars with flash flooding all around them. Rescue boats were called around 1 o'clock this morning on Freeport Road in O'Hara Township. The good news is everybody got out okay. And there were dozens of reports of flash floodings around our area. An apartment building had to be evacuated due to not only flooding, but also a plumbing problem. Roskadati has more.
Tenant Lisa Dix says she knew her apartment building had problems in the plumbing.
Water lines were bubbling for 2 weeks.
And around 3 a.m., those problems literally came spilling out into the Moore Street apartments in Avalon Borough.
We actually had 6 feet of water, both in the elevator shaft and in the basement of the building, so it was a lot of water.
With that, several inches of rain, it would all overwhelm the system. And on top of all those things, this concern.
There's a carbon monoxide poison leak.
They had some readings in the building, and they wanted to make sure that everything was safe before we started letting people back in. So
I see. What, about 50 residents in all?
About 50 residents, yeah. We evacuated maybe 30 over to the library.
Building maintenance tells me it all began when a faulty freshwater valve let go. The problem wasn't necessarily the leak. There was a sump pump here and a drain. The issue was the drain was clogged and the sump pump wasn't working, so water got up to about here. Anything below this level pretty much is going to have to be replaced, and this is some expensive stuff. Now, firefighters also had to try to get to this problem area, and they didn't have the key to this door. They may do. Tenants' belongings in storage took a good bit of the water. Brown-soaked cardboard kind of shows you the high water mark of this morning's mishap. Now, it's not clear if renters' insurance or the landlord's policy will pick up the tab for this wet mess. By about 7 a.m., however, everybody was back in their units. Cleanup continues. In Avalon Borough, Roskadati, KDKA TV News.
Well, Duquesne Light is working around the clock to restore power. Approximately 3,900 people are without electricity this afternoon. Nearly 13,000 people lost power last night. The company says it expects all customers to have power no later than about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And just a reminder, if you see severe weather in your neighborhood and it's safe for you to take a picture, send it to us. You can post them on our Facebook page or upload them directly to our website at KDKA.com. You can also sign up for our severe weather text alerts. A home invasion turns deadly in McKeesport. Police say a gunman opened fire just after 5:30 this morning, killing a man and injuring a woman. Heather Abraham has the details.
Family and friends gathered outside the victim's house demanding answers and information. Some also now calling for the mayor to get the gun violence in this area under control. 24-year-old Brian Cook was shot and killed this morning while he was in bed sleeping. His girlfriend laying right beside him was also shot but survived. Word spread quickly of the shooting, bringing friends and family to the crime scene. John Leggett knew something was wrong when he saw his friend's dog being removed from the house.
Just please tell me everybody's okay, and then he's shaking his head no, everybody's not okay. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it.
Forensic investigators dusted for prints. Police unsure Wednesday morning if there was forced entry into the home on Versailles Avenue. Family says Brian leaves behind 2 young children, a 4-year-old girl and the couple's 1-year-old son, Jaden, believed to be at the home at the time of the shooting.
Who would try to hurt him? Like, he's not a bad dude. Like, our past is our past. Like, we all been in trouble in our past, but like, we're grown now. We have kids and stuff like that. Like, I don't get it.
Some were extremely emotional hearing of yet another shooting in McKeesport, that another young father was shot and killed.
This boy has a baby, and every summer McKeesport is losing teenagers, 20-year-olds, a whole generation. And the mayor of McKeesport needs to step up or move out the office, period, point blank. We need to vote him out. We need to vote him out and get somebody in office that's going to handle this killing in McKeesport. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the killing. I'm sick of it.
Allegheny County Police have now taken the lead in this investigation. Reporting in McKeesport, Heather Abraham, KDKA TV News.
Okay, Heather, thank you. 2 men were arrested and charged with murder after being accused in a deadly shooting on an Indiana County walking trail. 22-year-old Christopher Salzvigger and 33-year-old Gregory Patterson of Glen Campbell are accused of shooting James Alexander. The shooting happened near 6th and Penn Streets in Clymer. Police say Alexander was visiting family in the area when he left to meet 2 other people at the walking trail. Authorities say that's when he was attacked.
He was here jumping bubbly, talking about his birthday was just Thursday. His family threw him a party. He was happy about that. I heard he had a job. I heard he was going to start work Wednesday.
Family members think Alexander may have been robbed during an alleged drug deal. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. New England Patriot Aaron Hernandez led away in handcuffs this morning and charged in connection with a murder. We have the latest on the investigation coming up. And a man accused in several rapes in the Pittsburgh area heads to court. Why his attorney says police have the wrong man.
Revamp your home with Larry Lint Flooring. Add style and make a statement with our alluring carpets, hardwoods, and tiles. Larry Lint Flooring is the area's only Shaw Design Center. Shaw, where great floors begin. Larry Lint Flooring, off Route 30 in Irwin.
It's Bowser's 30th anniversary, and they're celebrating with huge savings all month long. Stop into Bowser Subaru and lease the brand new 2013 Subaru Legacy 2.5i CVT with Auto Trans, symmetrical all-wheel drive, remote keyless, and plenty more for just $209 a month with no money down and interest rates as low as 0% APR with approved credit. Just sign and drive. The power of Bowser is the power of price, service, and selection.
Did you know that only 1 in 14 episodes of nursing home abuse ever gets reported to the authorities?
So when you visit your loved ones at a nursing home, it's best to always be on the lookout for suspicious signs like bed sores or missing belongings.
And if you suspect abuse or neglect, you should contact our Western Pennsylvania law firm, Robert Pearson Associates.
Our attorneys and support staff are experienced in fighting nursing home abuse and neglect.
I'm Rob Pierce.
And I'm Bob Pierce.
Lean on our experience when someone you know is a victim of nursing home abuse.
Washington County, Pennsylvania. Let our energy take you places. To learn more, go to visitwashingtoncountypa.com.
Double down at the Meadows 50th anniversary, June 28th and 29th at the Meadows Racetrack and Casino. And let the good times roll.
What do we love about summer at Eaton Park? It's Smiley's birthday. All kids' meals are only 99 cents. Only at Eaton Park. Visit findsmiley.com for a Smiley appearance near you.
A preliminary hearing today for a woman who caught her boyfriend with another woman. It happened last week in East Huntington Township, Fayette County. Police say 28-year-old Danielle Falcon was with her boyfriend when he told her he had to visit his mother. Well, instead, he picked up the mother of his children and brought her to his house. That's when Falcon went to the house and ran the other woman over with an SUV. Falcon is charged with attempted homicide. A man accused of raping multiple women is going to trial. The first alleged victim was in court yesterday as William Dixon stood before a judge. Prosecutors say the woman was walking in the Hill District when Dixon stopped and offered to give her a ride. She told police he stopped the car, hit her, then raped her. Dixon's attorney says the alleged victim's credibility is in question because she couldn't immediately identify her attacker.
When asked whether or not the person was in the courtroom, she looked right at Mr. Dixon. She said to the DA, "That's not him." And then she said the person that attacked her was taller and skinnier.
Well, Dixon is due back in court next month for allegedly raping a second woman. Police say there is also a third alleged victim who refuses to come forward. Dixon is in jail on a $200,000 bond. Speculation has been brewing for more than a week, and this morning it came to a head. Police arrested Aaron Hernandez in connection to a murder. The latest is coming up. Plus, U.S. officials know where he is. They just can't get to him. The latest on Edward Snowden.
Printer ink, nearly as expensive as the printer.
Ends up costing me probably close to $78 every time I need to change.
But did you know you could be losing ink when you're not even printing anything? A special from Consumer Reports today at 5.
Southwest has a Kia for me.
Summer savings are here. The 2014 Kia Sorento from only $189 a month. Or all new 2014 Kia Forte starting at $119. Every Kia priced to move now.
Southwest has a Kia for you.
Roxy's in love. Isn't he gorgeous? I call him Ronaldo. He's so strong and well-built. I know I don't have to dump him in a year or two like my last patio furniture. Plus, he fits in so well with the family. And I know if Rocco heists another pillow, I can just get a replacement. Oh, not you, Rocco, the pillow.
Shop now and save up to 50% on Pittsburgh's largest selection of patio furniture. Your furniture will last forever, but our sale won't. Only at the Fireplace and Patio Place.
Order in the court.
Confused about debt consolidation and don't know where to turn?
You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yes, they can. We're Steidl & Steinberg, and we have a few good men and women who have been helping people with debt problems for over 30 years.
We'll consult with you for free in one of our convenient offices near you and give you the truth.
So if you have an army of debt, give us a call or visit our website at goodbyedebt.com.
With our experience, why go anywhere else?
At H.H. Greg's 4th of July sale, save up to 30% store-wide. This Samsung washer and dryer, just $5.99 each. Samsung 4-piece kitchen packages, $19.99. A ProScan 24-inch LED HD TV, only $138. 55-inch HD TVs, $488. Save up to 30% and get 24 months no interest at the H.H. Gregg 4th of July sale. Appliances, electronics, furniture, and more. H.H. Gregg.
Let our energy take you places. Go to visitwashingtoncountypa.com.
Southwest has a Chrysler for me.
Summer savings are here. 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, only $279 a month. Or 2014 Jeep Compass Latitude, all-wheel drive, only $199 a month. Every vehicle is priced to sell.
Southwest has a Chrysler for you.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill. The New England Patriots released tight end Aaron Hernandez shortly after he was arrested this morning at his Massachusetts home. Police have not said what he's charged with, but it is in connection with the shooting death of semi-pro football player Odin Lloyd. Lloyd's body was found last week in a field about a mile from Hernandez's home. Marley Hall reports.
Police escorted New England Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez from his home with his hands in handcuffs behind his back. Hernandez has been the focus of the investigation into the shooting death of Odin Lloyd last week. State police will not discuss the charge against Hernandez until he is arraigned later today. Lloyd's body was found in a field a mile from Hernandez's North Attleboro home. Since then, investigators have searched Hernandez's house several times. On Monday, they even donned wetsuits and waded into a swampy area just a block away from his home. Lloyd was a 27-year-old semi-pro football player. His family says he was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée, and the two men were friends. The investigation led officers to a Providence strip club, but police would not say what they were doing there. Family members say the two men were together in the early morning hours of the day Lloyd was killed. Following the arrest, the Patriots released the tight end, who just last summer signed a 5-year, $40 million contract. Marley Hall for CBS News.
Well, authorities are trying to get Edward Snowden back in the United States. The former NSA contractor is reportedly in Russia and hoping to stay outside of his native country. U.S. officials have charged him with spying after disclosing of details about the United States surveillance practices. Russian President Vladimir Putin says he won't send Snowden back to the United States.
We're not looking for a confrontation. We're not ordering anybody. We're simply requesting, under a very normal procedure, for the transfer of somebody, just as we transferred to Russia 7 people in the last 2 years that they requested.
Snowden is seeking asylum. He says he fears the treatment he would receive if he's brought back here to the United States.
We check the radar here for you, and as we look at Viper, looks like we may be catching a couple of sprinkles up there around Zelian-Opal, Portersville, and into central Butler County, and elsewhere we see more impressive cells, not severe, but putting down pretty good rains there in central and southeast Ohio, kind of moving to the east-southeast. So things starting to take shape once again for another release of thunderstorm activity, and of course there's more behind what you're seeing on the radar back in Indiana. Pretty good complex of storms moving towards northwest Ohio. Well, let's check out our weather bug situation. This pretty much tells the tale, the situation in Plum Borough there. Watch the changeable sky. Of course, we had the thunderstorms overnight. A lot of blue sky this morning. A fair amount of sunshine getting there into the eastern suburbs before clouding up once again. We can see some vertical development of those clouds out there, indicating we may be popping a thunder shower here as we roll along into the afternoon hours. Temperatures have gotten into the 70s. It's been a slow rise getting those temperatures up there after some rain-cooled air. Right now, Latrobe reading at 78 degrees, being matched by Carmichael's there down to our south, and in downtown Pittsburgh we're at 77. Well, we'll look in on some rain totals for you. Storm totals for the last 24 hours. National Weather Service office in Moon has given me 2.19 inches. That's quite a soaking. But look at Aspinwall, 3.10 over there in Aspinwall, O'Hara, and Fox Chapel, 2.30 in Butler. Not quite as much down here. Graysville, Greene County at 0.41, just over a half inch at Connellsville, but you see Ligonier over 2 inches, and over an inch up at Oil City, and well over an inch there in Mercer. And so it goes. Butler 2.30 and 1.70 down there in Washington, PA. Well, as far as what's ahead, we've got this flood watch that'll take effect at 6 o'clock this evening because of the rain-soaked ground and more downpour activity that's going to be on the way. This is in effect for southwestern Pennsylvania, including those the counties where some of those heavier rain amounts have been experienced. 83, our projection for 5 today, our high temperature there, mostly cloudy skies, allowing for some spotty storm activity. 76 at 8, 11 o'clock, scattered thunderstorms, and temperature at 72. By tomorrow, the stronger stuff begins to migrate eastward. We'll still have some showers and storms around in this muggy air mass, and a cold front swinging through town will kind of help to keep things vigorous in the wee hours of the tomorrow morning and right up into the midday hours. The clouds beginning to thicken up once again in Pittsburgh. We'll drop it off to about 67 tonight. Go to 81 tomorrow. Showers and storms, some of these with heavy downpours, a little bit of hail, gusty winds could be part of the equation in the overnight period and into the early part of tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms, 79 on Friday, and we'll be at 79 on Saturday. Some scattered storms. Well, a thunderstorm in spots on Sunday with a high of 81, and we still can't rule out a thunderstorm on Monday with a high of 83 degrees as these disturbances move through pretty quickly over the next few days. By the way, that flood watch, flash flood watch, takes effect at 6 tonight, and it runs until noon tomorrow. Okay. So that means keep an eye on things in flood-prone areas.
Will do. All right, Dennis, thank you. A young boy with a love of history is looking for a forever home. Could your family be what he's looking for? We'll introduce you to today's waiting child next.
What's the scariest thing to a Big Brother house guest?
Birds.
Mice. Zombies. Well, this summer, it's you.
I did not see that coming.
CBS Tonight. Big Brother turns up the heat like never before.
Caliente.
I'm already sweating.
With a twist so big.
This big.
We'll need America's help to pull it off.
Tell me this isn't happening.
Meet the house guests, learn the twist, and get the party started.
Julie Chen hosts the Big Brother season premiere. CBS Tonight, 8/7 Central.
Disabled and can't work? If you have any of the medical conditions shown here, you may be entitled to monthly checks and medical care. If you've applied for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, call my law firm now. You have only 60 days to appeal, or you'll have to start the application process all over again. Even worse, a backlog of claims means some people are waiting for up to 2 years for benefits. Don't delay. Call us now. For a free consultation, call Edgar Snyder and Associates at 1-800-9-4-EDGAR.
Hey, like saving major moolah? You a AAA member? Thought about joining? Well, this is for you. A limited time private event for AAA members. The 5% Price Slicer travel sale. Walk-in deposit between June 22nd and the 29th and get 5% off select economy vacation packages to deluxe tours and cruises worldwide. The 5% Price Slicer travel sale. June 22nd through the 29th. Some restrictions apply. Ask your AAA travel agent for participating partners and details.
Here's a look at today's Powerball jackpot.
I need pancakes for breakfast once in a while. They're my favorite. I need a roof over my head every night. The same roof. One that my brothers will live under too. I need to stay at the same school for a while, so I don't always have to feel like the new kid. Let's go! And I need someone to cheer me on at my soccer games. That's all I really want.
If you can cheer, you can parent. In Pennsylvania, thousands of children and their siblings are waiting for loving homes. Visit adoptpakids.org or call 1-800-585-SWAN.
Stop driving that lemon. You could get a new car or refund, and help is free. Call 1-800-LEMON-LAW.
Driving a lemon, make the call to 1-800-LEMON-LAW.
Welcome back. Here's a look now at some of the stories we're working on for our afternoon and evening newscasts. Coming up today at 4, a lot of teenagers have it. We're talking about acne. There are all kinds of creams and treatments out there, but researchers have now released new guidelines to treat the problem. And we'll tell you about it coming up at 4. And then at 5, when it's time to buy new ink cartridges for your printer, the cost can be a real shock. And when you shell out all that money, the last thing you want to hear is that your printer is gobbling up ink that never even lands on a page. But that's exactly what Consumer Reports tests of nearly 30 big-name printers found. We'll tell you which printers won't drain the bank while draining the ink. That's today on KDKA TV News at 5. There are a number of local children who are looking for a forever home. Last week, you might remember, we brought you the story of a young teenager who had been adopted into a loving family. Well, today, a young boy is still looking and hoping for a family of his own. Here's Lynn Hayes-Freeland.
Where do I start with 14-year-old George? He is not really a typical teen. For starters, he really likes history. So much so we spent the afternoon at the Fort Pitt Museum and he was fascinated.
This is what Pittsburgh looked like in 1765. So this is 10 years before the American Revolution began.
History isn't the only thing George likes. He does have an interest in sports.
I'm either doing football or wrestling.
Even when it comes to George's food likes and dislikes, George isn't typical. His least favorite food is butternut squash. How many teens even know butternut squash? And his favorite meal?
Tuna sandwich or soup. Wedding soup and clam chowder.
George likes the idea of being adopted. He wants to get the true experience of the teenage years, something he feels he's missing out on by not having a forever family. He doesn't like being indoors. He will always choose the outdoors, whether it's with friends or the forever family he hopes to find.
I just go camping in the woods anytime I wanted to.
George is a waiting child, and he is hoping he will not have to wait much longer.
For more information on the children looking for homes, call the statewide adoption network at 1-800-585-SWAN or log on to our website, KDKA.com.
Radar showing a couple of sprinkles well to our north up around Interstate 80 and a sizable downpour around West Alexander and Taylorstown in Washington County. More to come as the day and the night progress.
Okay, Dennis, thank you. And folks, we thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for The Young and the Restless and for the latest news, traffic, and weather. Remember, you can always go to our website, KDKA.com. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you back here this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Have a great one.